And as usual, we're going to start with some mantras, these mind protection. It helps us to get in this habit of thinking about positive things. And so we can do these two mantras for blessing the mala and blessing the recitation. If you don't have your mala, that's totally fine. You don't have to run off and get it, since I'll keep track of the mantras during the practice. But it's good to get in the habit, if you do use a mala, to bless it before you use it. And so we say this mantra 7 times and then blow on the mala and rub it between the hands, and that's how we bless it. Om RUTSIRA Mani Prawartaya Hum. 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 And then we do the mantra to increase the power of recitation 7 times. TAYATHA Om DHARE DHARE BENDHARE SVAHA. 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 So now we've just multiplied all of that merit by more times than I can count. And so one of the things I wanted to mention today before we start is we don't have time in an express meditation to really do a lengthy visualization of Vajrasattva. And so I put up the picture during the practice so that if you are looking at the screen to refresh your visualization, that's there for you. But if you've used the practice from Venerable Rabina that I've been basing this meditation on, you'll see a discrepancy where it describes Vajrasattva as holding the Vajra and bell hands crossed at the heart. Whereas in the Tanka, it's the more traditional with the Vajra at the heart and the bell in the lap. And so I asked Venerable Rabina about this because I wasn't sure. Rinpoche leads it the other way, but I'm sure this is valid as well. So I just asked what was the reason for that. And Venerable Rabina said that her practice is based on how Lama Yeshe used to lead it. And with the arms crossed is in the aspect of Vajradhara. So there are many correct ways to do things. So in this case, there are two correct ways. Do it whichever way works best for you. And so let's go ahead and get ready for our meditation by settling into our meditation posture. Make sure that your back is straight. And the body needs to be nice and relaxed. Often we're just so concentrating on things that we're doing all day, facing so many distractions. We don't even notice what's happening in our body. And the stress can build up and go into the shoulders or back or neck or jaw. There are many different places you might hold your stress. And so it's important to just take a moment to really settle. Give yourself permission to not worry about anything that's happened in the past. There's absolutely nothing you need to be planning right now. You don't have to be thinking about the future. Just be present with your body. Notice any sensations, like where the body meets the floor or cushion, chair. The difference between how it feels for air to be touching the skin And in other places, it's clothing. And we have a world of experience happening within the body. There might be pulsing, certain energies, tinglings. Just pay attention to whatever you find. And let's take 3 nice deep breaths just to help further relax in the posture. And when you're done, just let your breathing return to normal. And it's good to start with a nice, strong motivation. And it can be very helpful to have just a short motivation that you can do any time of the day. Start off your morning with it and then refresh it. And so just think, may all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. And so if we want to truly benefit others, we have to really get our own act together. Just like they say on the planes, when you fly, you have to put your own oxygen mask on before you can put the oxygen mask on others. And if you don't, then you might be floundering and pass out before you can help. So similarly, if we don't have control over our mind, our actions of body and speech, then how can we help others? And so doing this purification practice is this amazing, effective method of changing any negative habits that we have and developing their antidotes, our positive qualities, so that we have this really stable, calm mind that we need in order to make good decisions, in order to know which thoughts to follow, which thoughts not to follow, what actions are helpful and what actions are not. And so may we do this practice so that we not only stop harming others, but we have this ability to benefit them, both through our own speech and actions, and by showing them the path as well. And so now think about your day and bring to mind anything that you might have done that you regret. actions of body, actions of speech, and actions of mind. These things that we've done that might harm ourselves and others, we don't want to experience that suffering. We don't want others to suffer either. And so the first step in order to changing the habit is we have to realize we have it in the first place. This is a really positive way to be honest with ourselves about how not perfect we are. And then looking back farther, perhaps you've remembered things that you haven't purified yet, or you've done them in purification, but they still feel heavy. It can be from any time in this life. And also we need a really general wish that kind of covers everything that we might have done that was negative. Because we've been here for countless lifetimes. We can't even remember what we've done this week, maybe even today. So we don't remember everything that we've done over our lifetime or multiple lifetimes. But we still want to purify those actions. And we do that by using this method, relying on Guru Vajrasattva, the Guru and Vajrasattva who are one. And so visualize above the crown of your head a beautiful, soft white lotus on which sits Guru Vajrasattva. Body made of at least get, even if you get the whole visual sense that Vajrasattva is there. Holding Vajra and bell, symbolic of completing this path of perfect wisdom and compassion. Loving face. And he exudes only loving kindness and compassion. And we take refuge, and you can either just meditate on the meaning or recite the verse with me 3 times. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. And we really want to connect with that feeling of knowing what it's like to suffer ourselves, how painful it is, and how it causes us to harm others, be out of control. And knowing that all other sentient beings have the same type of mind, the same type of emotions, same types of sufferings, both physical and mental pain, and wishing that they be free of it. And may this practice help us achieve this. I must purify for their sake. And so to begin, we purify all negative actions of the body. Guru Vajrasattva sends down a powerful beam of white nectar, entering the crown of your head, filling your body. And as it enters your body, it's pushing down a black inky liquid that are those negative actions of body. And the black inky liquid exits out of the lower orifices of your body. And once it exits, it just dissipates as if it was never there. And this is the process of purifying all those negative actions of body as we recite the mantra 7 times. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denapatita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dita Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dita Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dita Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dita Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dita Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dita Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. How amazing that all those actions of body that harmed ourselves and others completely purified. Think that you can only help others with your body. And then we purify our Vajrasattva again sends down a powerful beam of blissful white nectar that fills your body, this time from the bottom up, pushing up the black inky liquid, which are your actions, negative actions of speech, out the top of your body. And as it exits, it just completely disappears, purifying any negative actions of speech. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Mebawa Sutrashaya Mebawa Supashaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Mebawa Sutrashaya Mebawa Supashaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And so think that all of your actions of speech are completely purified. What a relief. And think that there's nothing that you can say that will harm sentient beings. And then we purify any negative actions of mind. And this might be where we need the most purification, because the mind is busy, 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 busy all the time, even when it doesn't leak out of our mouth or through our body. We still may be thinking harsh and critical things. And we probably have this self-cherishing I that thinks, I am the star of the show and everyone else is an extra. And Guru Vajrasattva, out of compassion, sends down a powerful beam of white light. And as that white light enters the crown of your head, it completely and instantly illuminates your body with the blissful white light, just like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly the darkness is gone. And that is purifying all those negative actions of mind. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anarati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Te Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Te Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Te Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Te Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And just be so delighted that your mind is completely purified. Think that you can only have thoughts that benefit yourself and others. And then finally, we're purifying any residual imprints left by these actions that would prevent us from completing the path of becoming enlightened. It's like when you've cut garlic and the garlic is eaten and gone, but still everything, your fingers, the cutting board, smells of garlic, your breath. Similarly, we're purifying those imprints. Very subtle. Guru Vajrasattva again compassionately sends down a blissful light ray through the crown of your head, illuminating your body, purifying the imprints. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Hanarati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dito Mebawa Sitoshaya Mebawa Siposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabahama Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadatu Mebawa Sarvasiti Memperyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Pratita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Memberyasa Sarvakarma Sutame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Pratita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anadata Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvadata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Be so pleased that all imprints are now completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left. And so the final step that is so important is that we also set a resolve. So we've purified our mistakes of the past. And we're setting this goal to not repeat our mistakes. And so for anything specific that you've remembered that you've done recently, set a very reasonable goal. Like, I will not do it for 5 minutes or an hour or until I purify tomorrow. And then if you are able to maintain that, you rejoice, reinforce it with this positive feeling. And if you do make the same mistake simply because the habits are too strong, then that's why we have to purify every day. It's just a process. And then have this wish to also not repeat any negative actions from the past. Cover all the bases. Setting this goal to live a life that does not harm others and whenever possible benefits all sentient beings. And Guru Vajrasattva is so pleased. He wants to merge with you, dissolves into white light, enters the crown of your head, filling your body, merging with you, so that your body, speech, and mind, the Guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind are all in union oneness. Thinking how in emptiness there is no I, the creator of negative karma, no action of creating negative karma, and no negative karma created. All phenomena empty of inherent existence. And we dedicate all of this amazing positive energy to all sentient beings, thinking, may all the virtuous karma I have created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And you can either meditate on the dedication or recite these verses. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second. And that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of 3 times myself and others, may emptiness be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second. And that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may I, who am empty from my own side, achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that enlightenment which is empty from its own side as quickly as possible by myself alone. And we also pray for the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Khyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, all of our precious gurus, our teachers. May they live a long, healthy life, continue to teach us, and keep us close in all future lifetimes until we all achieve enlightenment. And now have a very happy mind, good sleep, lovely dreams.